Hello everybody, this is Bill McFadden from Tone Pure Music, and in this video what we're going to do is take a look at the Black Friday sales or Thanksgiving sales of software, in particular orchestral libraries and synth libraries. And we're going to go ahead and start with Native Instruments. They're having a 50% off sale. And I think there's a large number of instruments that will be on sale. And if you just scroll through, you can see the price reductions of the ones that are on sale. Thrill, for example, is normally $300 down to $149. And as you can see, just about everything that's been cut has been cut to 50%. You can get the Symphony series collection, which gives you your strings, brass, woodwinds, and percussion for half off as well. And as you can see as we go through the list, a lot of stuff. Many of you already have these because you've got the Ultimate Series. One of the Ultimate Series, maybe 10, 11, or 12. So now, another one we can take a look at, which is big, is the Synth. They're having 40% off all products now through Monday. So I would encourage you to go to their website. I'm going to try and make this fairly brief to give you an overview, and you can take off and look into the individual libraries on your own. But Synth has orchestral libraries, your standard strings, brass, percussion, woodwinds, and they also have individual instruments like the harp. They have a great harp library. So let's take a look at another one, Sound Iron. They have save up to 40%, 30% off all contact players, 40% off individual non-player libraries. Okay, that's their Black Friday sale. And we got some big ones coming up here. So here you have 175 products, and that is just a little bit more detail into the Native Instruments sale. So there's actually 175 products, and they're all 50% off. Here's another one, Spitfire Audio, another huge manufacturer of libraries, and 25% off individual products across the board, up to 77% off of collections. So again, you want to go into that and check out how that works. If you already have some of the instruments in the collections, they give you a discount, a further discount. So here's another one that isn't quite as well known. QU Parts. Or Q Up Arts, actually. And they're having a 50% off with the coupon code of Black Friday, so you might want to check that out. It's not one of your major libraries, but looks like they have some good stuff in there. And here's another major library, Kinetic. They're having a couple of things, 50% off the Grosso, the orchestral sampling library. They have phrase libraries, and they're quite formidable. Also the Maximo, which is similar to the Grosso, but they have different functions, and they have different patches. So you might want to check into that. Highly recommended. And we also have another, well, here's the Synth samples again. So 40% on all products. Okay. And here we have, now this is a major sale. And the reason I say that is because Orchestral Tools has never had a 40% sales before on the main collections, which would be your main brass, your main string, your main woodwinds, your main percussion libraries. So if you have, if you want to get the top libraries in those 4 categories, then you probably want to start adding these, if not all of them now while they're on sale. It's the first time they've ever been discounted as much as 40%. Remember years ago, I got a 10% discount under a student. Okay, as a student discount. It was several years ago. So now you can get each of the main libraries for 40% off. So you might want to check that out. You would go into the way you would get there is you would go into orchestraltools.com. Then you go into collections, then you go Berlin series, and then here's your main ones here: strings, woodwinds, brass, percussion. So if we look at the main strings library, just to show you how much the discount is, it's going for €499, and it was, I guess, 840. It'll go back to €840 afterwards. So, like they said, 40% discount. So, another major library manufacturer that does make excellent libraries as well is 8DO. 40% everything. There's your code, and that ends, as you see, 11:30. So it's scrolling through here. So there's your code. So just go to 8do.com and you can peruse those. They have a massive number of libraries. And then we have Yuhi. They're having a Black Friday and they're discounting 50% on sound sets. So if you have Hive, Zebra 2, or Brazil or Repro, then you can get 50% off on sound sets. And then another library, keepforce.com, is having a sale as well. And like their bundle normally was $897, is going for $499, so that's a 45% decrease. Here you have some 40%. Your trailer special effects designer toolkit, very sophisticated. You might want to look into that. Here's the classic trailer toolkit. It's only off 15% though. But then you can get the pack, all 3 of them, for 40% off, 45% off. And then they have some other libraries in here as well. 65% off the Atlantica, and so on. So you might want to take a look at that. And we still have some great libraries to come that are on sale over this Thanksgiving holiday. We have Piano Tech, which is having a 30% discount, which is big for them, on Piano Tech Pro. So if you haven't, and you can get if you click on try, you can actually download the demo and you really hear what the piano sounds like, because they give you the full piano with just a few keys, and in particular 8 notes are disabled. So you can get a really good idea of what it sounds like. It must be restarted after 20 minutes, but you can restart it as many times as you want. So I would highly recommend trying that. And if you really like it, and I mean, I've looked at and own actually a couple dozen piano libraries, and I would say this is one of the top ones. It's unique and it's incredibly powerful and adjustable in a way no other of the piano libraries that I have ever seen, let alone own, have that capability. It's extremely versatile. So you'll have to check that out if you're interested in the new piano library. And I believe with the discount, it's like $300 and some, $340 or so. So it's not cheap. And you can add additional grand pianos to it, and not only pianos, but other types of instruments, percussion, xylophone, and things like that. As a matter of fact, if you look at the products list, here are the instruments that are available for the engine. There's the Ant Petrov 275 grand, an amazing grand piano. Steinway Model D, Model B, Grotrian Concert Royal grand piano, and so on. Bluthner Model 1, K2 grand piano. And here's your harpsichords, or a harpsichord, harp. Now these are, they're modeled instruments, but they sound incredible. And I believe Steinway is actually certified their modeling of the Steinway piano. So that just goes to show you how accurate these are. And the control is just incredible. Here's some vibes, Celeste and so on. These are all available once you get the engine for about $60 each as add-ons. So something you might want to look into. And then we have Heaviosity. They have some great libraries, up to 50%, so you have to sort of go and look. If we look at the contact, here's Forzo. So that's 200 off. So not bad, from 349 or from 549 to 349. So that, an excellent library, as is Novo, which is right here. Same thing, 200 off there. So they're having some nice sales now if you want to get into those engines. This is really orchestral, but at the same time, it's an orchestral string, but it also has orchestral modifications and synths as part of it. So there's a lot of tutorials on that. So that's definitely something you want to look into. Here's another library, or another manufacturer of libraries. They have a different approach. Ubershell, up to 80% off. And so you just go to ubershell.com and you can take a look at their products. So here's their ubershell.com is how you spell it. And then, okay, we mentioned Kinetic. Here's another one, audioimperial.com. They're having some sales, and they have some really nice libraries. I have a few of them. They're really well crafted libraries, trailer kinds of stuff. There's some claviers and so on, but hybrid kinds of libraries. And then we have audio modeling. So these are, again, sample modeled libraries. They're not actual, they don't do actual string samples. They are modeled violins, modeled violas, cellos, double basses, and they have more. They have some double reeds, flutes, so on. But they're 20% off each one, or if you get a bundle, like a string bundle, 35% off. So if you're interested in modeling and the sound they produce, and then we already took a look at Heaviosity. And then another major manufacturer, Sounds Online, who recently put out Spaces 2. They're having a Black Friday special, and a lot of the instruments are up to 60% off. And for example, here's the choir library. It originally retailed at, well, if you go buy now, original retail $800, now you can get it for $319.60. So if you need a good choir library, now's a good time to take advantage of that. And they have, as many of you know, a vast number of libraries at soundsonline.com. So I would definitely look into their products. They have brass, of course, full complement, brass, woodwind, strings, percussion, you name it. They have silk, which is like oriental kind of sounds, gypsy, violin, and some other instruments. An amazing folk violin and gypsy. So there are, and then of course drums, percussion, they have that category. As a matter of fact, one of their drum libraries, one of their best would be your Hollywood percussion. And right now, if you just look at the reduction in price, was for, actually that's probably your 60% discount there. So you can really get some good deals right now. And there are, let's see, a few more I may not have mentioned. So we talked about Audio Empirical, or Imperia. Arturia is having a black sale as well. Let's go to products. There we go, software instruments. So they have, there's a bundle I believe they have on sale. So you might want to check into that. Apparently that link didn't work out too well. And then VI Labs, the Ravenscroft Piano 275 is on sale for $50 off. And they have some other things. The Italian Grand is like 33% off if you look at that. And some other instruments they have. Looks like the most they're doing is about 30%, but still, if you're interested in that manufacturer, they have an excellent piano. And I think that's just about all the ones. There are some plugins, but I'll just keep this video focused on. Here's one other one I want to mention, AudioBro. They're also having the Black Friday week sale. So their main libraries are all on sale, like Genesis, which just came out fairly recently, a few months ago, is a children's choir library. Absolutely amazing library with all the capabilities it has. And it's on sale. I think it's at least $100 off. So if we go there, it's a little tricky. So in order to find out how much it is, sometimes you have to add it to the cart or go to the store. There we go. So $278, originally retailed $399, and there's your savings there. Your LA Drama Drums, an amazing percussion library. Original retail $749, going for 278. So that's a really good deal there. And of course, the LAS, which was written a long time ago, but it's still very, very useful. A lot of people that have all the other top libraries still use it. And so, yeah, we don't want to forget about Audio Bro. They're having a great sale right now. So we talked about Piano Tech, Native Instruments, Best Service. They're having some deals as well on Black Friday. So you might want to check some of those out. So we talked about Yuhi. These are plugins here. And we talked about Sounds Online. Okay, we talked about Q Upart. And here's another one we didn't talk about. They have some choir libraries, and as you can see, strings. So here's the products. Here's the choir. Children's, female, and male choir. And let's go ahead and let's look at the price on this. Okay, you have, of course, with most of these. Okay, 649 instead of 800 euros. So the price ends November 27th. So not a tremendous savings like you have in the Orchestral Tools library, for example. But still, you might want to look. There might be something there that you have been looking at and want to get. And another one we haven't looked at is Toontrack. They're having their Black Friday sale as well. And so you may want to go through and look. It's not, okay, 40% off Easy Drummer 2, which is quite substantial there. And you get a huge discount on some of your blues MIDI, classic rock MIDI files. So that would be something. If you have those products, you might want to add to it. You might want to pick up Easy Key String Machine, maybe for $36. They have the Easy Mix, which is quite reduced. What they're most noted for is the Easy Keys, the actual piano, which would be right here. This is like their primary instrument, which has all those MIDI files that go along with it, and a really nice sounding piano. And some artificial intelligence and some MIDI files that go with it as well. So you may want to look into that. And let's see what else we may not have not. Sonya Score. Is having a Black Friday sale. 40% off, up to 67 on stage 2, stage 3's 40%, which are basically string libraries. There's stage 2. And the orchestra, which is actually a combination of brass strings and I believe even percussion, you may want to, and woodwinds, you may want to check that out because they're having a big sale on that. So here's the product list. So you can see they have a toolkit, not a huge discount there, 30 euros. I usually look for like 100 or more, or go by percentages. But as you can see, the orchestra's down to 239. It's quite a nice piece, quite a nice package there. And then some of these things, like Action Strikes, I believe it comes with the Ultimate package. So they have some stuff in the complete Ultimate. Notice Trailer Expressions 2 is not on sale. And so we looked at auto modeling. I guess that's about it. Those are all of the libraries that came to my attention, and there were some really good bargains on some of them. So this is Bill McFadden signing off from Tone Pure. So if you like this video, please click like and please subscribe. So Bill McFadden signing off.